It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on a Saturday morning, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, right near Lynchburg. And it's a typical fall day here today. Got cold again last night, down in the 40s. Well, it's going to be a decent day today. Looks like we might maybe have gotten past the rain. We've been getting a little bit of rain lately. Not near as much here as in other places in the area. But today, by the way, folks, is National Candy Corn Day. Now, I'm afraid this one isn't one that does anything for me. I never have liked candy corn. You know, those little corn-shaped things, tricolored or whatever they are. Just had never been much for me. So, but it's National Candy Corn Day. So, hey, I'll go out and get some candy corn if you like good stuff. All right. Cruise ships sailing today. Of course, we're into another busy weekend of sailing from the U.S. ports. Sailing today from Port Canaveral is the Carnival Elation, Disney Fantasy, and Carnival Mardi Gras. From Fort Lauderdale, the Celebrity Edge. From Miami, Symphony of the Seas, Celebrity Summit, Meraviglia, and Carnival Horizon. From Tampa, the Serenade of the Seas, Galveston, Carnival Breeze, and Carnival Vista. And out in California on Long Beach, Los Angeles, Long Beach, Carnival Panorama. And from San Pedro, that's the other Los Angeles port, Majestic Princess, all sail today. Tomorrow, since we don't have a regular show on Sunday, sailings for tomorrow from New York, Manhattan, you've got the Norwegian Breakaway. From Baltimore, Carnival Pride. Port Canaveral, Carnival Magic, Allure of the Seas, and the MSC Divina. From Fort Lauderdale, Odyssey of the Seas. From Miami, Disney Magic, Freedom of the Seas, and Carnival Freedom. From New Orleans, Carnival Glory. From Galveston, Carnival Dream and Liberty of the Seas. From San Diego, Disney Wonder and the Königsdam. And from San Francisco, Ruby Princess. So, in the news today, we've got yesterday was a huge day in Nassau in the Bahamas. We're going to talk about that. Explorer of the Seas is on a test cruise. We're going to chat about that a bit. Carnival Paradise gets a new paint job. And an announcement from Chillie's Cruises. Got a little news. All right, first, the port we showed yesterday to see if anybody can guess it. That is, of course, still open for today. So feel free to guess if possible. Everybody that guessed yesterday was incorrect. So I'm carrying it over today, and I will, in fact, reveal the answer by the end of the show today. So, that's it. All right. Now, I see we've got some people in the chat room already. All right. I'm going to go on with what I'd planned. I guess next thing is on the agenda is my news of sorts. I have finally pinned down my first 3 cruises. It's not necessarily what I would have liked to do. However, due to the powers that be and some of them not allowing oxygen guests until later than I wanted to start, I'm not getting to do the cruises that I wanted to do first, but I still got to get some cruises in. So here's the way it looks right now. On January the 24th, I will be sailing out of Miami on Freedom of the Seas. On January 29th, I will be on the MSC Seashore. And on February the 6th, I will be on MSC Divina. So I'm going back to back to back. I am going to have a night in between each of those that I'll be staying, and I'm hopefully staying in Hot Air Tom's favorite hotel there, just right adjacent to Port Miami. I still got to work out the details on this, as actually I did not find out that this was all going to work out until last night. So it's kind of a emotional sort of day for me, because quite frankly, folks, that there was a lot of times over this last 9 months or so now that I didn't think I'd ever see this day coming. And yes, I know I had a cruise booked already with Hot Air Tom, which is in August, but this is my first back, and I'm pretty excited about it. So glad to be back in the cruise world. So that's my current schedule. I still hope to have some news on the Celebrity Beyond in April, over sailing from Southampton. Amigo Martin and actually Sue from the London Times are both working on that to see if we can't arrange something. So we'll see if that works out. And other than that, folks, quite frankly, I get these first 3 under my belt, and then I'm just going to start grabbing where I can. And I'm going to start doing a lot of cruising, folks. A lot. So I've told my family, if they don't like it, too bad, because I'm not going to waste any more time. So that's what I'm planning. So at least we'll get getting started. All right. Do have a couple news stories this morning. Not a great deal of news here on a Saturday. And we do have to look at the weather. It's nothing very serious. Of course, we're out of the season now, so I'm ready to pack this up for the year. But showers continue to show some signs of organization near a strong frontal low pressure system located several hundred miles southeast of Cape Race in Newfoundland. The non-tropical low is likely to lose its associated fronts this weekend while moving southeastward towards slightly warmer waters. Thereafter, transition to a subtropical storm later this weekend or early next week over the central Atlantic. System is expected to turn northward and move toward cooler waters by the middle of the week. That should kill it. It should. The chance of formation is 50% over the next 48 hours, 60% over the next 5 days. So it's worth watching to see if something strange happens, but it looks like it might strengthen some and just die away. Now, the other one that's right off the coast of Africa, this is literally has just popped up in the last 40 minutes or so. It's an area of disturbed weather in the eastern tropical Atlantic. It's producing some showers and thunderstorms several hundred miles south of the Cabo Verde Islands. Some gradual development of this system is possible over the next couple of days as the disturbance moves generally northwestward. By the middle of the week, the system is forecast to turn northward into cooler waters and should die. But this is right in the pipeline. So you never can tell, even though we're out of the season now. It's perfectly possible that this one could, head the way many hurricanes and tropical storms do. It's not likely, not the most likely, but it's possible. All right. Yesterday was a huge day for Nassau. Matter of fact, a record-setting day. It's the first time since the shutdown 4 cruise ships were in port. The Mardi Gras Celebrity Apex, Disney Magic, and Lure of the Seas. That brought in 9,100 revenue guests plus crew members that some of them were able to disembark in Nassau yesterday. Also yesterday, at the same time, Carnival Cruise Line President Christine Duffy and Captain Vincenzo Acaris welcomed Bahamas Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, members of his cabinet, and local officials aboard the Mardi Gras for a luncheon meeting. Isn't that nice? I'm sure Carnival was trying to get them to loosen their stance a little bit on allowing people into the Bahamas, but that hasn't been said yet. So, Explorer of the Seas is, of course, a Royal Caribbean ship that started sailing actually this weekend, but a new home port is making a return as well. Explorer of the Seas is conducting her test cruise now through tomorrow and will be the first Royal Caribbean cruise ship to restart operations from San Juan since the shutdown of operations in March 2020. It's the simulated cruise that's required by the CDC as part of a phased approach to cruise ships restarting from the United States. Royal Caribbean has been systematically getting its cruise ships back in service by staffing them up, operating a test cruise, and then once they get approval from the CDC, begin revenue sailings. Explorer of the Seas will offer 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruises out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Obviously, San Juan needs the economic boost as well. So, terrific. All right. Carnival Paradise made some news. Carnival Paradise became the first fantasy class Carnival cruise ship to receive the new red, white, and blue paint job during its dry dock, and it's now the 8th in the fleet overall with the new paint. The vessel is now all shiny and fresh, ready to welcome back guests in spring of 2022. Carnival Paradise is operated by a crew of 980 and carries somewhere between 2,050 and 2,400 passengers, depending on the week. So, that's it in the way of news. All right. Has anybody had a guest today on? I'll flash it one more time. I have not looked at it, so I don't know if anybody has guessed or not. But that is the port that Elizabeth on Location came up with yesterday that nobody got right yesterday. So, let's see who's here today. Hot Air Tom is with us. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Hey, Sonny. Katie's here. Hi, Katie. Carol's with us. There's Elizabeth Buenadis from Cozumel. Cindy's with us. Hey, Cindy, welcome back. Cindy, of course, is down in the Dallas area. And we stole some of her pictures on her recent trip to Hawaii and used those. So, welcome back, Cindy. Good to see you again. Hot Air Tom said his guest today is St. Kitts. Nope. Sonny says Hawaii. Nope. Everybody's saying good morning back and forth. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. Hot Air Tom says, Katie, I will have to watch for you on the tracker. Make sure to wave if we get close. Okay. Nikki guesses Grenada. That's incorrect as well. Katie says, yay, happy for you. Yeah, folks, I tell you what, you guys all know that I give each and every one of y'all partial credit for me surviving this last 9 months, because in your own ways, you guys had gave me something to live for at the times that I couldn't. So I'm really tickled now that I can come to get back on cruise ships again. So, I mean, it's not going to be easy. I mean, I still have to deal with the oxygen. I still have to deal with the catheter business. It's not going to be like it used to be, but at least, I'll be able to run around with a scooter and make some videos and talk to some people. And I'm sure there will be some adult beverages involved. Maybe one or two on a cruise. I say no more. Hot Air Tom says, I will be cruising on January 24th, just on different ships. Yeah. The one you're sailing on won't let me on yet. I asked specifically, but it didn't work out. Tom, what favorite hotel in Miami? He's answered that, the Intercontinental. And I'm going to be checking with them. I don't know if I can call today or Monday. I don't like to do things on Saturday, but the webcam is on that hotel too. The room view, if you have a bay view, is wonderful. Am I going to post my cruise schedule? I haven't thought about it. Yeah, I suppose I can do that. I've never done that before, so yeah, I know JJ Crew does, so yeah, I'll probably get that done as well. So we'll see. Katie says that storm really hammered Cape Cod. Martha's Vineyard had 90-mile-an-hour winds. Wow, our house is okay. Lots of trees down. Sonny says traveling leaves you speechless and turns you into a storyteller. Go for it. 2022 is your year. Man, isn't that the truth? I'm tickled with it. I absolutely love it. And like I told my family dinner last night, I said, and that was before I even knew about these 3 trips. I said, look, you guys, I got nothing here, no reason to not. So anytime I can catch a price drop, catch any kind of reason, man, I'm gone. I've got ports that I haven't sailed from. I'm going to sail from them. I mean, there's every ship that I haven't sailed from, I'm going to try to get on at least once. If I get a real good deal, I'll go on a duplicate. I don't care about that either. I used to look at where we're going because I always wanted to go to different ports of call. I don't even care about that anymore. So I'm on a boat, on the water. I can get close to a dolphin. I got very few things that I really care about. A close encounter with a dolphin was always good. And of course, working on my vegetable level is always good. I like my a little tomato juice and with a little icky wiki with a wiki kicky in the morning. But anyway, I haven't had a pina colada for 2 years now. Not 2 years. Not quite 2 years. By the time I get on a cruise, it'll be time to have a pina colada because it'll be almost 2 years. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. You probably can tell. Everybody's glad, of course, that Katie's house survived. Katie's on Explorer for spring break. Oh, awesome. House is closed up for the winter, yeah. Hot Air Tom says, oh my God, on a huge ship with spring breakers. That'll be a party ship. There's Amy. Hi, Amy. How you doing? Amy says, I don't see why cruise lines have to waste money on test cruises now. They know the drill and they know what they have to do. It seems an unnecessary expense when money is so tight. Agreed. I'm thinking this is probably as much of a training mission for Royal Caribbean. There hasn't been anything sailed out of San Juan, so Those folks have to get broken in before we start flying passengers in, and passengers there from Puerto Rico as well. So I'm sure that they're looking at all of that. But I agree with you. The absolute necessity that we had for the test cruises has passed now. So I totally agree. Emily's with us. She says, hello, gang. Hot Air Tom says, I like peace and quiet, not a partier. Cindy guesses Antigua. No, that's not correct either. We're in the wrong part of the world. I'll give you a hint. Cindy will be on a cruise January 24th. Awesome. Hot Air Tom says, one more guess. What? Come on, mouth. Huatulco, Mexico. That's incorrect. I went canoeing with the crocodiles in Huatulco. Elizabeth says, Elizabeth on location. I'm with you. Just want to get back to sea. Yeah, I'll be, and I don't care. I don't care if an inside cabin, ocean view cabin, doesn't matter. I don't care. Put me in a hammock on the deck. I don't care. I'm on a boat. That's all I want to do. Just get on a boat. Sonny says, I want to go on NCL Joy out of Miami, hopefully January 2022. That was one that I looked at as well. However, oddly enough, they won't say it publicly, but they're not accepting oxygen passengers until at least in March, as is Carnival and all of Carnival's family. So that's why you don't see a Norwegian or a Carnival, Holland America, Princess, all those in my first little outing here in January and February. Emily says the wind blew our outdoor cushions around. I'm surprised your outdoor cushions didn't end up in New Jersey or probably the other way, Ontario or something. Anybody else? Have you had the pina colada in San Juan? Supposed invented the pina colada. I have had pina coladas in San Juan. Yes, I have had pina coladas, and also in I can't even think of the name of the city on the south end of Puerto Rico. I was there once and had a pina colada as well. And yes, they're quite good. I like pina coladas, and that's not my regular drink. You guys all know that. I'm a bourbon guy. But I do enjoy a pina colada, and I enjoy my Bloody Marys when I'm on a cruise. I never drink them at home. I haven't fixed a Bloody Mary here in this house, man, probably in the last 20 years. Nor have I fixed a pina colada, and I'm perfectly capable of doing my own pina coladas too. But yeah, I'm getting excited. I can start tasting the drinks now. I'm in trouble now. Okay. Elizabeth on location says there's a massive influx of brand new crew on the ships, so they need to have some test runs. Yeah, they need some training. They need to be broken in, because you had, 18 months roughly without, some crew were working, but a lot. That's got to be a lot of turnover and changing, and people that were completely cut off from their income had to find other things to do. Yeah, so I can see a big turnover. So I would make some need for a lot of training, actually. Emily said, did I see the itinerary for the Prima that I showed you? Oh yeah, I've checked out the Prima as well. It's just fitting things in when I can. The other thing I want to do, the big money trip was probably going to be going to Europe in April if I can work that out. So, I mean, let's face it, folks, I'm not made of money. So to do that one, I've got to watch doing a lot of other things that I hope to do. So, until I get a definite either a yay or a nay on Europe, I'm probably going to not make any further plans until I see how that one falls out. Yes, I'm going to want to get on new ships as much as any of the people in the business try to get on new ships, because that's where they get a major amount of their new subscribers and people from. So, what the hell? I want to do the same thing. And I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be doing the shows just right along from the ships if I can get the signal. It's obviously somewhat dependent on the signal, but I'm going to try. So, Cindy says she's on Explore the Seas out of San Juan, November 28th. Nice. Explorer is one that I have not been on that I hope to go on at some point in time. Nikki says, I had the same drink in San Juan. It was good. I can't remember whether it was a pina colada or a mojito. Oh, you probably, Nikki, had both. Elizabeth says, she's throwing a curveball at me. Barrachinos in San Juan invented the pina colada. Barrachinos? Did I get that right? Double R. Barrachinos. Anyway, in San Juan invented the pina colada. I didn't know that, but I learned something new every day. I tried, but they were closed the day we were there. Oh, that's too bad. You need to go back then. So settle for beans and rice. Oh, there Tom says. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. Tomorrow on the Cruise Amigos, I don't know what's happening. I haven't heard anything from Martin yet. So I would love to chat with him a little bit more about April. That will be on the agenda. Amigo John is going to be somewhere in Germany. As a matter of fact, his flight is scheduled to leave right now in 3 minutes. So he had one little wrinkle thrown at him yesterday. United apparently changed plans and let him know that he had to have a PCR test to fly out of the country. And he had not planned on having the PCR test until he got over to Germany. So anyway, that was thrown at him at the last minute, but that got taken care of. So, Hot Air Tom's trying to remind me that they need the name of the port. Yes, I know that. And Amy says MSC cruises are not all the same. I noticed the difference between Meraviglia and the Divina, but I like them both. That's good to know, Amy. And Emily says, I'm not sure what time my cousin and 2 sons are coming out of the house. I will see what is going on with that and anything else. All right. Okay, folks. I've got to pull it back up so you know what town I'm talking about. The picture, the port, that's Pago Pago in American Samoa. I thought maybe because of the tree that's shot through might give it away, and the way those mountains are shaped. I did not get this right at first, but the more I thought about it, it came fairly well into focus for me. But yes, Pago Pago in American Samoa, and that, of course, is another of our Elizabeth on location ports. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up again. I have no idea what's going to happen with the Amigos tomorrow. Hopefully, John will be awake and surviving somewhere in Germany. I'm not even sure where he's supposed to see him. Berlin tomorrow. I've got to look up where he's supposed to be. Hamburg? I don't remember. But anyway, I'll have to check to see where John's supposed to be before I start promoting the show in the morning. So anyway, he is on an airplane probably now as we speak. So safe travels to Amigo John. All right, that's going to wrap me up for today. You guys have a fabulous weekend. Hopefully you can join me for the Cruise Amigos at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. And if not, I'll be back here on Monday for Monday Travel and Cruise Industry News, which will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We don't change this weekend? No, we change next weekend. So, yeah, we got to change clocks next weekend. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. This is the old fat travel guy. You guys have a terrific weekend. I'll see everybody either tomorrow or Monday. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry, so if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.